Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Let's take a deep breath in and get settled and relax. Let's spend the next 20, 30 minutes focused on setting an intention for the day, bringing in peace, calm, quiet, ease, and flow, being in a stable state of being so that we can handle whatever comes our way with more inner power. We've been trained to focus on the outside world and then to react to whatever is happening. But the more you practice controlling your mind, your state of being, focusing on what you desire, the more you can handle and the more good comes to you. Sometimes we look around and wonder how a person can remain so calm when everything is falling apart around them. They've practiced that. They steadied themselves. They knew what they wanted, and they don't let the chaos of the outside world control what they're thinking, what they're doing. And then they create the results that they want rather than what the world thinks about them. Don't let the opinions of others control what you think, what you want, what you do. Do not conform to the outside world, but stay focused on what you prefer. So many people come to me and they say, I want more money. I want to get out of debt. I just want to be happy. And most people say they desire better relationships. I went back to reading The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and in one chapter, she talks about the secret to relationships. And she says, when you want to attract a relationship, make sure your thoughts, your words, your actions, and your surroundings don't contradict your desires. Your job is you. Unless you fill yourself up first, you have nothing to give anybody. Treat yourself with love and respect, and you will attract people who show you love and respect. When you feel bad about yourself, you block the love, and instead you attract more people and situations that continue to make you feel bad about yourself. Focus on the qualities you love about you, and the law of the universe, the law of attraction, the law of vibrational energy will show you more great things about you. And to make a relationship work, focus on what you appreciate about the other person and not your complaints. When you focus on the strengths, you will get more of them. The secret means that we are creators of our universe. Now, I believe in God. I believe that there is a God in the universe who created the world and everything in it. But I also know that we are co-creating our life with that one true God, and that God is in us and in everything. The scientists would say everything is energy, and energy is in everything. So whether you're a spiritual person, a religious person, or you just like the black and white facts that are proved by science, you can still understand that Our wishes, our thoughts, our feelings are very important because they will manifest. Our thoughts create powerful results when we put them into action. Any action we take must be preceded by a thought. Thoughts create the words that we speak, the feelings we feel, and our actions. Actions are particularly powerful because they are thoughts that have caused us to act. We may not even realize what our innermost thoughts are, but we can see what we've been thinking by looking at the actions we have taken. When you want to attract something into your life, make sure your actions don't contradict your desires. One of the most wonderful examples is what Mike Dooley, one of the teachers featured in the movie The Secret, and in his audio course, Leveraging the Universe and Engaging the Magic, he tells a story of a woman who wanted to attract her perfect partner into her life. She had done all the right things. She got clear about what she wanted him to be like. She made a detailed list of all his qualities. She visualized him into her life, but there was no sign of him. Then one day when she arrived home and she was parking her car in the middle of the garage, she realized that her actions were contradicting what she wanted. If her car was parked in the middle of the garage, there was no room for her perfect partner's car. Her actions were powerfully saying to the universe she did not believe she was going to receive what she asked for. So she immediately cleaned up her garage and parked her car to one side, leaving space for her partner's car on the other side. She then went into her bedroom and opened her closet, which was jammed full of clothes. There was no room for her perfect partner's clothes, so she moved some of her clothes to make space. She had also been sleeping in the middle of the bed, so she began sleeping on her side, leaving space for her perfect partner. This woman related her story to Mike Dooley over a dinner, and sitting next to her at the table was her perfect partner. After taking all of these powerful actions and acting as if she already had received her perfect partner, he arrived in her life and they are now happily married. Another simple example, Rhonda Byrne tells a story of her sister Glenda, who is the production manager of the film The Secret. She was living and working in Australia and she wanted to move to the United States and work in the US office. Glenda knew the secret very well, and she was doing all the right things to bring forth what she wanted, but months were passing by and she was still in Australia. Glenda looked at her actions and realized she was not acting as if she was receiving what she asked for. So she began to take powerful actions. She organized everything in her life for her departure. She canceled memberships. She gave away things that she would not need. She got her suitcases out and packed them. And within 4 weeks, she was in the US working out of the US office. Think about what you have asked for and make sure that your actions are mirroring what you expect to receive and that they're not contradicting what you asked for. Act as if you are receiving it. Do exactly what you would do if you were receiving it today, and take actions in your life to reflect that powerful expectation. Make room in your life to receive your desires. And as you do, you are sending out a powerful signal of expectation, because your job is you. How are you vibrating? What energy are you putting out? What are you expecting? Inside relationships, it's important to first understand who's coming into the relationship, not just your partner, but you need to understand yourself first. In the book The Secret, one of the quotes is from James Ray, and he says, "How can you ever expect anyone else to enjoy your company if you don't enjoy your own company?" And so again, the law of attraction, or the secret, is about bringing that into your life. You've got to get really, really clear. Here's a question I would ask you to consider. Do you treat yourself the way you want other people to treat you? When you don't treat yourself the way you want others to treat you, you can never change the way things are. Your actions are your powerful thoughts. So if you do not treat yourself with love and respect, you are emitting a signal that is saying you are not important enough, you're not worthy enough or deserving. That signal will continue to be broadcast, and you will experience more situations of people not treating you well. The people are just the effect. Your thoughts are the cause. You must begin to treat yourself with love and respect. And as you do, you emit that signal into the universe, and you get on that frequency. Then the law of attraction will move the entire universe, and your life will be full of people who love and respect you. Many people have sacrificed themselves for others, thinking when they sacrifice themselves, they're being a good person. That's wrong. To sacrifice yourself can only come from thoughts of absolute lack, because it's saying there's not enough for everyone, so I will go without. Those feelings do not feel good, and they will eventually lead to resentment. I've seen that in my own life with people that I love. They think they've sacrificed everything for their loved ones, their children, their husband, and their family, their job, and then they end up bitter and resentful. And then they attract more of what they don't want. There is abundance for everyone, and it is each person's responsibility to summon their own desires. You cannot summon for another person because you cannot think and feel for another person. Your job is you. When you make feeling good a priority, that magnificent frequency will radiate, and it will touch everyone close to you. Many of us were taught to put ourselves last, and as a consequence, we attracted feelings of being unworthy and undeserving. As long as those feelings are lodged within us, we continued to attract more life situations that had us feel more unworthy and not enough. You must change that thinking. To acquire love, fill yourself up with it until you become a magnet. Prentice Mulford is quoted as saying, "Undoubtedly to some, the idea of giving so much self so much love to self will seem cold, hard, and unmerciful. Still, this matter may be seen in a different light. When we find that looking out for number one as directed by the infinite is really looking out for everyone, the only way to permanently benefit other people is to look after yourself first. The quote is actually, still this matter may be seen in a different light when we find that looking out for number one as directed by the infinite is really looking out for number two, and is indeed the only way to permanently benefit number two. Because unless you fill yourself up first, you have nothing to give anyone else. It is imperative that you tend to you first. Attend to your joy first. People are responsible for their own joy. When you tend to your joy and do what makes you feel good, you are a joy to be around, and you are a shining example to every child and every person in your life. That's the same as saying you cannot pour from an empty cup. You must fill your own cup first. When you are feeling joy, you don't even have to think about giving. It is a natural overflow. The reason you have to love you is because it is impossible to feel good if you don't love you. When you feel bad about yourself, you are blocking all the love and all the good that the universe has for you. When you feel bad about yourself, it feels as though you're sucking the life out of you, because all of your good on every single subject, including health, wealth, and love, is on the frequency of joy and feeling good. If you're not feeling good, you're on the opposite end. The feeling of having unlimited energy, the feeling of the amazing feeling of health and wellness, they're on the frequency of feeling good. When you don't feel good about you, you're emitting a frequency that is attracting more people, more situations, and circumstances that will continue to make you feel bad about you. You must change your focus and begin to think about all the things that are wonderful about you. Look for the positives in you. As you focus on those things, the law of attraction will show you more great things about you, and you attract what you think about. All you have to do is begin with one prolonged thought of something good about yourself, and the law of attraction will respond by giving you more like thoughts. Look for the good about you. Seek and you will find. Bob Proctor said, there is something so magnificent about you. He said, I've been studying me for 44 years. I want to kiss myself sometimes because you're going to get to love yourself. And I'm not talking about conceit. I'm talking about a healthy respect for yourself. And as you love yourself, you'll automatically love others. Marcy Shimoff said, in relationships, we're so used to complaining about other people. For instance, my coworkers are lazy, my husband makes me so mad, my children are so difficult. It's always focusing on the other person. But for relationships to really work, we need to focus on what we appreciate about the other person, not what we're complaining about. When we're complaining about those things, we're only getting more of those things. Even if you're having a really hard time in a relationship, things aren't working, you're not getting along, someone's in your face, you can still turn that relationship around. Take a piece of paper and for the next 30 days, sit down and write all the things that you appreciate about that person. Think about all the reasons you love them. You appreciate their sense of humor. You appreciate how supportive they are. And what you'll find is that when you focus on appreciating and acknowledging their strengths, that's what you'll get more of, and the problems will fade away. In the Thinking into Results process from Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher that I am happy to facilitate as a certified Proctor Gallagher consultant, one of the exercises in that powerful process is to think of a person that you're having a problem with and write down 6 things that you appreciate about them. It could be your spouse, it could be one of your children, it could be a coworker or your boss. When you take the time to actually write down 6 things that are good about that person, 6 things that you admire about that person. And it might be really hard to find 6 things, especially if you're in the middle of a fight or it's a person who's been causing you problems. When you take the time to write down 6 things that you appreciate about them, maybe you have to look really hard, and you certainly don't want to do it when you're in a bad mood. But when you think about if it's your spouse, what attracted you to them in the first place? Think about when you first fell in love. Think about that when you first got married. What attracted you to them? There must be an inner beauty, not just a physical attraction. Maybe they are generous. Maybe they are a good father or mother. Maybe you like their sense of humor or how quick they are to repair something, including relationships. When you when you acknowledge what's good in that person, write it down and carry that list with you. Look at it, especially in times of struggle. Remind yourself there is good in everyone. There is God in everyone. When you're having a problem with them, you're seeing the opposite. And when you're seeing the opposite, it's usually triggering something that you don't like in yourself, because life is a mirror reflection of what we are, of who we are being. Lisa Nichols is quoted as saying, "Oftentimes you give others the opportunity to create your happiness, and many times they fail to create it the way you want." Why? Because only one person can be in charge of your joy, your bliss, and that's you. So even your parent, your child, your spouse, they do not have the control to create your happiness. They simply have the opportunity to share in your happiness. Your joy lies within you. All your joy is on the frequency of love, the highest and the most powerful frequency of all. You cannot hold it in your hand. You can only feel it in your heart. It is a state of being. You can see evidence of love being expressed through people, but love is a feeling, and you are the only one that can radiate and emit that feeling of love. Your ability to generate feelings of love is unlimited. And when you love you, you are in complete and utter harmony with the universe. Focus on the qualities you love about yourself, and the law of attraction will show you more great things about you. And to make your relationships work, focus on what you appreciate about the other person and not your complaints. When you focus on the strengths, you will get more of them. Focus only on the things that you love. Feel love, and you will experience that love and joy coming back to you multiplied. The law of attraction must send you back more things to love. As you radiate love, it will appear as though the entire universe is doing everything for you, moving every joyful thing to you, and moving every good person to you. In truth, it is. Your job is you. Fill yourself up first. Treat yourself with love and respect, and you will attract people who show you love and respect. Fill yourself up. Do something this weekend that you absolutely love. Feel good and see how the energy of everything around you changes. When you change your energy, when you get in that state of being love, your whole world changes. Create a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you back here Monday morning at 7. Thank you.